It was during the communion service, I told you about the satanic plan to make nations ungovernable and then come up with emergency government. And emergency government or emergency rule is actually a euphemism for martial law. I told you that on Sunday. By Tuesday, in South Korea, the president of the country declared martial law. Thank God we prayed. When we prayed, I told you those things were going to fail. His martial law lasted for 6 hours. And I want you to remember this. The army said, even after the parliament had reversed it, they said they will only listen to the instructions of the president. And that's by law. So if the man had not been moved to reverse it, had he been quiet and said nothing, it would have stayed. But our prayers by Sunday made it impossible for him to continue.
Yes, sir.
How do you declare martial law on your country? Whatever the reasons, he didn't like what the other guys were doing, but they were voted into office, the parliamentarians. You say, oh, they're criminals. Well, there's a legal process. There's a legal process to deal with those you deem to be crooked or fraudulent. He should have followed the normal process than to overthrow a country, declare martial law. And listen, at such times, all rights are suspended. No free speech. No press freedom. And they hadn't had such a thing for 40 years plus. So this was the satanic ploy. Starting with South, who would have thought that will happen in South Korea? South Korea? With all the advancements today? Yes. So it could have happened in Australia, in Canada. They're nice ways, just emergency. They won't call it martial law, but it's all martial law because then the president, who is the commander-in-chief of the armed forces, continues to rule by dictation. And if you refuse, they send the soldiers to your door. Yeah.